Sherry and I live in Otanche, and I'm just having a little breakfast before I go. These are eggs with rice with arepa, quite typical. And these are two dogs, as always, waiting for their food. And Sherry waiting for me to go. This little handicapped something is traveling with us to Floran today. So cute. We are now heading to Florián. So we're living at Otanche, and this first part of the road is going to be asphalt, and the second part is going to be off-road. And supposedly some beautiful views. Let's see how it goes. I've been recommended this road by Brian. You remember Brian? The one I met in the national park Los Nevados, where I was suffering quite a bit in the route of the Condor because of lots of elevation change, and yeah, that was a whole different story. Anyway, so he recommended me this route as a super scenic one, and I could not agree more. So beautiful. And more curves ahead. Let's go, Cherry. There was a little problem with my microphone again on this ride. I'm really losing my patience with this GoPro microphone adapter. If you know any solutions, please let me know, because I don't know what to do anymore. Like this audio, I'm recording it afterwards because none of the audio from the ride actually got saved at all. Like even the sound of the motorcycle engine I had to apply afterwards, and I feel a bit sorry because, you know, I tend to talk quite a bit during the ride and express all my emotions and everything. Like these curves were just so cool. It really felt like a motorcycle paradise, and very little traffic and gorgeous views, and the whole scenery was just absolutely amazing. So I'm a little bit sad I couldn't save any of these comments and my first-hand emotions. The asphalt road lasted until the town of Briseño, where I stopped for a coffee and met this gentleman. And I asked him which road was best from Briseño to Florián, because I knew this would be already quite a difficult part with a lot of off-road. The gentleman appeared to be from a different part of Colombia and couldn't advise me on the roads here in the area, but he did advise me a lot in some different parts of Colombia where he has traveled and where he lives, so I have a lot of new inspiration. Well, thank you very much for all the advice. I'll be visiting more places now. And we're back on the road, leaving Briseño. Goodbye, Briseño. Thank you for the coffee. And now we're heading towards the off-road part of the route. One thing I've noticed is that the Colombians talk quite a bit about the missing roads, and I totally understand that. And they say that you know, the government steals all the money and the roads are not being improved. But at the same time, I see quite a lot of road construction everywhere and quite a lot of brand new roads as well. So, I mean, some of the money do reach the purpose and some roads do get constructed. Okay, now it looks like we're on to off-road, or maybe some kind of road construction soon to be. It looks like it hasn't rained here for quite a while. Everything is very dry, even this river, and it's really strange because, I mean, just 2 days ago I was bathing in the mud and it looked as if it had rained a lot. And here everything is super dry. Well, this is another little town on the way, and it's weekend and there are lots of people outside. Well, it's not just weekend, it's a long weekend, and there are plenty of them in Colombia. Seriously, I feel like every second Monday is a day off, is a bank holiday, and I can't really count on Mondays anymore. Like, everything is closed. Quite surprisingly, I'm still on an asphalt road, and really good one, with lots of cool curves and beautiful views. But now we're getting to the town of Albania. I realized that I lost another bolt and like a cap which was holding the hand saver, so I stopped here at the shop to find a quick solution. Okay, now it's definitely off-road. The sign says the road is closed, but I talked to the locals and they say you can pass on a motorcycle. But there is one part with the road construction where one has to be careful because there is only one very narrow pass to get through it. Whew. Done with this part. Well, let's see what's ahead of us, because I've heard this road can be quite challenging, like a lot of river crossings, uphills, downhills, loose rocks. But I seriously doubt it's gonna be worse than the route of Condor or the mud riding 2 days ago. Speaking about mud, I'm actually strongly considering going back to Bogota and getting new tires, because this trip is going to continue for a few months and we might face some more muddy parts, which I cannot predict at the moment, and I really don't want to be suffering the way I suffered last time. This road, on the other hand, is super cool. You can go pretty fast, the views are gorgeous, the sun is shining, everything is so green, and the road is dry, which is very important in my case. So yeah, super enjoyable ride. The best of the last days. Well, in terms of enjoyability. Some small challenges here and there, but generally everything is just super cool. A little bit of mud, of course, yeah, that's typical. But yeah, 98% of the road is dry. And from now on it's uphill. A little bit steep and rocky, but nothing we can't handle, right? We've done worse. And we're getting closer and closer and closer to Florián. Look at this amazing road. And cherry, of course. And more mountains in the background. And sunshine. And beautiful clouds. Life is amazing. Right, Cherry? And do you know why I'm going to Florián? Or what it's famous for? So there is one super cool waterfall which originates from a cave like in the middle of the mountain, and it's super strong and massive and very impressive. So I really want to see it. Hello from the happy, sweaty, red face, aka me. So that cave right there is the reason I came to Floran, and there is supposed to be a super impressive, gigantic waterfall, but it hasn't rained for a week, so it's completely dry. Well, I guess I'll have to stay in Floran and wait for it to show some water. And Cherry, if you forgot how she looks. A person who has been riding all day, then just arrived, got changed, and is hiking for the sunset. Whew. I don't know where my energy comes from. Those 2 apples I just ate, I guess. Awesome little bridge. Whee! I don't think you can see how much it's shaking, but hope I don't fall. Look how beautiful. Wow, this cave is wild. This is pretty awesome. I mean, look at the size. Like, this is a little bridge there, crossing the river, which does not exist at the moment. Only very little bit of water. You know what? I actually kind of feel very special, because everyone has seen this waterfall with a lot of water. How many people have seen it dry? From what I've heard, it doesn't dry out very often.